Alright, Team 4, welcome back. Now, on the board we have our page in the student book, page 45, and we are going to carry on looking at our informal language, alright? So we have at the top an informal letter or email. Now here you can see an email exchange from Ali and Alphonse. And in there we have some informal language that we are going to look at. The first email is from Alphonse to Ali, and it says, "Hi Ali, I'm coming to Manchester next month on a school exchange trip. What do I need to know before I come? What's the weather like in Manchester? What should I bring with me? I'm really excited about coming to England. Write soon, Alphonse." Now, here at the top we have the word hi, we have write soon. Okay, now these are examples of informal language. It's quite relaxed, quite friendly. It is an email between friends or classmates or exchange students, alright? So when is Ali going to visit Manchester? Is the first question. Well, we can see here, he says he will visit Manchester next month. And what does he want Ali to write about? Well, there are three questions that he says. What do I need to know? What is the weather like? And what should I bring with me? So we have our first question here, our second question here, and our third question here. Now, in the response, Alphonse addresses the points in, Ali addresses the points in Alphonse's email. So it says, "Hello Alphonse, Cherwell students have to wear a uniform. Look at mine. You're lucky, visitors don't have to wear a uniform. The school pays for your lunches and you don't have to pay for anything at my house, but you should bring some money for shopping and going out. You don't have to do any homework, but during your trip, it's a good idea to make a note of things to include in your trip report. February is the coldest winter month here in the UK. Remember to pack a hat, gloves and your warmest coat. I'm really looking forward to your visit next month." So again, here we have hello, bye for now, and our things in yellow, remember to, and you should, are all examples again of our informal language, alright? Now, does he answer all of the questions from the first email? We have, what do I need to know before I come? Well, in the start of the reply, it says you don't need a uniform, the school pays for your lunches, and you don't have to pay for anything at his house. So yeah, he answers the first question. The second question was, what is the weather like in Manchester? Now further down the email, it says, just here, that February is the coldest winter month in the UK. So does he answer the second question? He does, as he is talking about the temperature in Manchester in February. And part 3, he says, what should I bring with me? Well, because it is cold, he has advised him to pack a hat, gloves, and your warmest coat. Alright, so he has answered all of the questions from the email. Next time, or when we are talking in person, we are going to write our own email, alright, with the informal language that we have used today. So I'll give you around maybe a week after this video to prepare an email. It only has to be quite short, maybe 80 to 100 words. Now, some things that we need to remember when writing our email is just here, I want you to look at this box, okay? Now, in our informal letter or informal email, answer all of the questions that are asked, okay? That is very important. The next part, it says use phrases to give advice if necessary. Now, in our last video, we talked about things like you should and you shouldn't. You don't have to, you must not. Now, should and shouldn't are very important for giving advice, okay? So you should do something or you shouldn't do something. It is not a rule, it is just a suggestion, okay? A piece of advice, maybe something you should think about or consider. And here we have remember to, so don't forget, I think we used it, yeah, just here in our example email. Part 3 says try to sound friendly, alright? Now you're not, in here they're not emailing a boss or a teacher or a parent, alright? They're just emailing friends, so the language can be very friendly. And our last part says remember to use an informal phrase to begin and end your email. So we had hi, hello, write soon, bye for now. Alright, just some things to remember. So, we have 3 missing words. 3 missing words about what was said in these emails. So, number 1 says it's a good something to visit in summer. So we have it is a good time to visit in summer. Remember to say thank you. And you should bring a coat because it is cold. Alright? Yeah, like I said, before we talk again, I want you to write your own email because we will be checking the language again together. Alright? But for now, that is page 45 finished. When we come back, we'll be going on to page 46, and that is about travel. So see you soon. Welcome back, Team 4. That's page 45 finished. So now we're going to go on to page 46. And as you can see, this is a new unit, and the title is Going Away. Now, what does going away mean? Well, below our title, we have the word travel. So going away and travel, or travelling, are kind of the same, alright? So what is travelling? Well, travelling is visiting or going to a place that is outside of where you live. So for example, where you go on holiday or visiting another country, both can count as travel. Now in our first box here, sorry, cannot quite see the questions, but it says, where in the world would you most like to visit and why? Now, when we all talk again together, we will be discussing this question, alright? It's quite an interesting question, but I'll give you one example. So for me, I would really like to visit Brazil, okay? I've never been to South America, and it has many famous landmarks, attractions, very nice beaches, hot weather. So it's a place I would really like to go in the world. Our second question, do you or people in your family travel abroad? Well, I have visited some countries in Europe, some countries in Asia, so that counts as abroad. So abroad, we all know, is visiting somewhere outside of your own country. Do people in your family travel abroad? In my family, yes, but not as far as me because my mother is scared of flying, alright? And our last question, where do you or where do they go? Well, I've visited places in Asia, so Thailand, Vietnam. My family have visited more places in Europe, so places like Spain, Greece and Italy. Now on the board we have 6 pictures. Now in the 6 pictures they are different situations of travel or going away. I think all of the situations are located in an airport. So it is the different stages or the different situations of things that may happen in an airport. If we just ignore 1 and 2, these are listening, alright? So we can do the listening at a later date altogether, it'll be a lot easier. If we look at part 3, we have maybe about 10 or 12 different vocab words that are relevant to these pictures. So we are going to look at each word, define the word, and then look in the pictures at where it is appropriate, okay? So our first word here is backpack. Now, what is a backpack? Well, when we go on holiday, or when we travel, we need to take all of our things in something. And in this case, we have used a backpack. Now, where is the backpack? Well, we can see a backpack in B, and we can see a backpack here in A, alright? Our next one is baggage hall. Now, what is a baggage hall? So, after you have landed from your aeroplane journey, your baggage, your backpack or rucksack will come off the plane and you will have to go and collect it in the baggage hall. Now we can see a lot of bags in picture B. So picture B is the baggage hall. Our next one is a boarding pass. Now what's a boarding pass? Well, you cannot get on a plane without a boarding pass. It is like a ticket, okay? So when you check in at an airport, we will receive a boarding pass. And I think in picture C, we can see our boarding pass, all right? It is what the woman is holding just there. Our next one is a check-in desk. So when we arrive at the airport, we need to check in for our flight. And I think again in picture C, where she has her boarding pass, she's checking in, all right? And once you check in, you collect your boarding pass and then go to the plane. Next one is customs. Now what are customs? Well, we cannot take anything on a plane, all right? So there is a part at the airport where some people or airport staff will check our bags just to see if we have got anything that is not allowed on the plane. So customs we have here, all right? So what they are looking for are maybe any knives, any drugs, any liquids that we might not be able to take on a plane, okay? So things like petrol. Next one, departure gate. So once we have checked in, once we have our boarding pass, once we have been through customs, we will go to the departure gate. In picture D, we can see the word gate. So that is a very helpful clue about what a departure gate is. So here we have gate 4. So the aeroplane that these people will go on is departing from gate 4. So it's a place where you wait before you get on your flight. And then when it has come to the time of departure, we get on the plane. Alright, our next word is passport. Now this may be the easiest word. I think everybody knows what a passport is. But this is a little book that we can that we use to travel from one country to another. Now, without a passport, you cannot go to another country. So it's very important for travelling abroad. Now, where is the passport? Well, in part E, we can see this gentleman holding his passport and showing it to a man. Now, where is this happening? Well, we will call this passport control. So, as we can see, our next word is passport control. This is just a part of the airport that we use or that we go to where we have our passports checked. Our next word is queue. Now, what is a queue? As we can see in our departure gate, that is in part D, in picture D, a queue is a line of people waiting to do something. So here they are waiting to get on the plane. There could be queues at customs, there could be queues at passport control, and there could be queues at check-in. Just three more. Security check. Now, I think when travelling we will have a security check at our first airport, so our airport of departure, and we will have a security check at our airport of arrival. So customs, we can say, customs where we check our bags is a security check, and there will be a small security check on our arrival at our arrival airport too, and that also can check bags, passports. Second to last one, we have a sign. We can see in our departure gate again and our arrival airport. Now these are all signs. Signs give us information about places in the airport, alright? So we have gate 4, we have, we cannot see it here, but it says nothing to declare. That is like another security check, alright? And our last word is ticket. We can see the woman here holding her boarding pass. That can also be that is essentially the same as a ticket to get on the plane. All right. So just one more time, we'll go through the words: backpack, baggage hall, boarding pass, check-in desk, customs, departure gate, passport, passport control, queue, security check, sign, and ticket. Now, before we talk in person, I want you to familiarise yourselves with the words, and I want you to think of 3 more words that we use or are talked about when we are travelling, okay? But for now, that's all the information for these 2 pages. So I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.